Hey guys, it's Leah here. Welcome back to my channel. Today I am gonna ramble. Today I wanted to go over some of the challenges that I have had since transitioning from VIP Kid to Magic Ears. I am still teaching for VIP Kid and I probably will be for a while because there are some kids that I just cannot give up. I want to make this video not to complain, so if you're looking for complaints, you're not going to find it here. I want to make this video for VIP Kid teachers who are thinking about transitioning over to Magic Ears or opening up some Magic Ears slots so that you can see some of the challenges that are unique to Magic Ears that you may not experience and you probably won't experience as a VIP Kid teacher. So this is just something else that you can use to decide whether or not you want to, apply. You should. The biggest thing I've had a problem with since the very beginning is the noise policy. We have a zero tolerance for noise policy. That means that if there is a baby crying in the background, or if there is a parent giving the answers to their child, or parents talking in the background, TVs on in the background, you have to mute that student until you are told otherwise. And when I first began, I didn't know what noise was acceptable and what noise wasn't. And as it turns out, there is no noise that is acceptable. When I first started, that was one of the things in my feedback. At least 2 out of the 3 times it was, you need to follow the zero tolerance for noise policy. I'm thinking. Number 2, the thing that I have had a hard time managing is my time. We have 25-minute lessons and we have 4 students that we need to give our attention to. And in theory, it seems like it should be fairly simple. Sometimes you just run over. I tend to run over with my games. I tend to take more time with the games at the end of the lesson because we have to hit the games at 20 minutes. That means that we have 5 minutes to play the game, sing the goodbye song or play the goodbye video, review everything, and then say goodbye to each individual student. For me personally, I have a really hard time finishing that game in 3 or 4 minutes so that I can play that song and do full review and individual interaction with each student as they're leaving. The one-on-one interactions is something that I am getting much better at because we have 4 kids in a classroom. We have to teach to a whole class, but we also have to give individual attention to each student. So I'm learning how to give individual attention without calling any in particular student out. Parents for VIP Kid love when you make corrections. Parents for Magic Ears are no different. So if you're doing a read together with the whole class and one student is making a mistake but you can't pick them out, what I've been doing is I'll bring up 2 students at a time, have them read, see if I can still hear the error. If I can, I will lower the other student and I will help them fix the pronunciation error that way. I'm also doing better at picking up students who are bringing props to class so that they are able to show them off to the students. Like if we're doing red and a student brings an apple to class, I will pick that student up and have them show off the apple. It also helps the other kids get excited and then they start bringing props to class too. You have to make sure that each one of those 4 students is getting a full 25-minute lesson and one-on-one time. The other thing I've been having trouble with is been very humbled by the fact that for Magic Ears, parent feedback is immediate. As soon as the parents log out of the classroom, they're prompted to review the class. Not all of them do, but a lot of them do. And they are much stricter than VIP Kid parents, I have found. I have almost 800 5-apple reviews on VIP Kid. So the parents are a little stricter for Magic Ears than they are for VIP Kid. They don't have the opportunity to choose their teacher, so they haven't been able to vet you before they have a class with you, and you may just not be their cup of tea. They might have a great class. I have quite a few 4-star reviews from parents who gave me all positive tags, and I try to think of it like it's really changed the way that I fill out my Yelp reviews. Because, you go to a restaurant, you have a good time. You don't have a great time, But like, there's nothing wrong with the experience. So you give it a 4-star review, but like, there's nothing that you can really tell them they can improve upon. It just wasn't, that 5-star experience. And as a teacher, I'm always trying to give every student a 5-star review. The other day, I had a little girl. She was adorable. We had awesome interactions. We had so much fun. She was great. We had a great time. I'm like, and the rest of the class was really hard. It was all trial students or all new students. They didn't know how to circle. They didn't know they couldn't repeat. It was really challenging class. But I had this one girl and she was just amazing. I was just doting on her. And I'm like, if anybody gives me 5 stars in this class, if everyone else gives me 3, this girl's going to give me 5. And everybody else gave me 5. And she gave me 4 stars and it was heartbreaking. I'm trying to just Elsa it and just let it go. Ego. It's the biggest bruise to my ego. I'm going to be thinking for a while, I think. Another challenge that I've had with Magic Years is that you have to teach with passion, which means that you are happy and excited and cheering the kids on. I have to make that sound. This one doesn't make any noise. With VIP Kid, you can adjust your teaching to the student. If you have a student who's very low key, who doesn't respond to high energy, you can also be laid back with them. With my regulars, I am not this animated. In my everyday life, I am not this animated. I am very monotone. I don't really change the intonations in my voice. It's not my personality. It's not who I am. And I'm going to make a video about that in a couple of weeks. I think I'm not quite ready to talk about that yet. But as an introvert and also as a neurodiverse individual, I really struggle with that in my everyday life. Whereas in the classroom, I can put on an act, and that's, I think, how I've been able to be successful when this is not my personality at all, just pretending. With Magic Ears, you have to be that excited for 25 minutes. With VIP Kid, you don't have to be, because you might have a student that doesn't require that. I know some VIP Kid teachers that have been rejected from Magic Years don't understand why with their experience, and I think 9 times out of 10, it's probably because they don't have that excited, animated personality. And to be honest, guys, neither do I. This is all an act. And for me personally, it's very exhausting. It's very exhausting because it's 25 minutes of this. And some days I do this for 5 classes in a row, 2.5 hours. And at the end, I just want to... So that has been my biggest challenge, I think, just because it is so far outside of my comfort zone. So I hope this was helpful. If you are considering applying for Magic Ears, by all means, shoot me an email. I've gotten many emails so far. I really try to respond within a day, within an hour, if I can get to it. Just go ahead and send me an email. If you have any questions, you can put them below in the comments, or you can shoot me an email. I'd like to make a Q&A video at some point, so if I get enough questions, I think I'll go ahead and do that. If you haven't already, I would really appreciate it if you subscribed to my channel. And if you would like more help with the application process, please use my referral link and send me an email, and I will hold your hand the whole way. Take care, guys. Happy teaching.